Greetings Masters and welcome to the channel. I am the Shotgun Shogun. This is going to be an update to my original Dantes overview video, as a lot of things have changed in the past year both in NA and JP, as well as my opinion on Dantes overall. The 5-star Avenger Edmond Dantes, often overshadowed by Jalter because, well, she's Jalter and Buster memes. His attack stat of 12,641 actually puts him right below Berserker Kentucky for 4th place overall of all servants currently in the game. This does include JP as of the recording of this video. His max HP of 12,177 though does put him pretty far down on the list, but that's actually kind of typical of Avengers. 2 quick 1 arts 2 buster deck is not shared by any other Avengers, and personally is a great versatile deck to create stars, generate NP. Additionally, it can assist in creating a quick chain off of his Noble Phantasm, and it's cool that he will be creating a lot of stars because his star weight is really bad. 30 is just barely over the typical Berserker and actually lagging well behind all casters. Speaking of crit stars though, he is going to be snagging about 15 to 23 just off of a BQQ combo. If you want to cripple your damage though and eke out a few more stars, a QBQ will net you 17 to 24, but you will be dropping almost a third of your damage for, like, I don't know, 1 to 2 more stars. Definitely not worth it. When it comes to NP, he is no slouch and he has quite a few ways to increase that. Passive Avenger A increases his NP gain when hit by 20%, and seeing as how 5% gain when hit is the highest out there currently, that will help out if he's getting a few smacks to the face. Additionally, self-restoration D will just net you a flat 3% each turn regardless of doing anything, which is great considering an NP gain of 0.62% isn't really all that bad actually. If you open with an arts card in the first slot, he is netting around 5% just from that. Pull an AQQ chain and you're looking at about 25% overall, bumping it up to 28% with that extra 3%, and that's assuming no crits, type advantage, any of the overkill, any of that stuff. So now that we got the stats out of the way, let's jump into it. Iron Determination EX, apply ignore invincible, increase attack by 30 to 50%, and increase debuff resist rate for 3 turns ranging from 14 to 32%. Basically, this is going to be an invulnerability pierce with an attack buff. The debuff resist is just kind of there, and you will be using this during your NP or if you got a good string of crits lined up. His second skill is your basic golden rule, and actually this is going to be one of his better skills, allowing him to basically NP over and over. This will bump it up 20 to 50% for 3 turns, and remember how I mentioned that hitting that AQQ Brave Chain would net you 25%? Well, this is just going to take it even further. Not to mention his Noble Phantasm that we'll talk about here in a minute is going to definitely be pumped up by this as well. His third skill, Wisdom of Crisis, is actually a really fantastic utility skill. A decrease charge by 1, remove all debuffs on himself, and you gain some stars. This is a very versatile skill with a plethora of applications. Getting up to 20 stars will almost guarantee that he gets a little sliver of that crit pie, as his ability Oblivion Correction B will increase his crit strength and put those stars to good use. Chateau d'If, the AoE quick Noble Phantasm, which deals 600 to 1000% damage, and on overcharge drops a defense down and a curse. 3 turns of 20 to 40% defense down and 5 turns of 500 to 1500 curse damage. This will also later get a rank up that will not only increase the damage by 200% flat across the board, meaning that at NP5 you're doing 1200% damage, but this also adds another flat 1000 damage per turn onto that curse. So if you do get him up to overcharge 5, you're going to be hitting them for 2500 damage per turn. Oof. I would suggest leveling his first and second skills as priority over the third skill, mostly because the extra 10 stars is really not worth the increase in attack or the increase in NP gain. One of the nice things about Dantes is you actually don't need statues or monuments to level him up. However, you do need 10 hearts and some pages, but you didn't use all of those from the Moon Goddess Festival, right? His skills are even more brutal, needing 15 scales and claws per skill. Now, CEs to run on him. Well, If you were lucky enough to pull Dangerous Beast from the previous Halloween event, this matches up with him very, very well. Quick card increase and just pooping out even more stars is fantastic. If you didn't get a chance at it though, it will be coming back around next Halloween, so make sure you are on the lookout for that. The upcoming Chaldea Boys banner will have Talk on the Hot Sands, which can overcome his bad star gather rate and give him some beefy crit damage. This summer you do have a chance at getting Someday in Summer, which will increase quick performance, NP damage, and is a 50% NP starting gauge CE. So if you are looking to do some farming with them, this is a very good option if you can bring a friend's waiver. So this is where I would normally give you team comps, people he works very well with, but really, you're going to have to wait for his BFF Scotty, who will be coming out in the future. Now, Dantes is really good by himself for creating stars, AoE farming, but while he's really good right now, once Scotty comes into the game, he goes from, hey, that dude's pretty good, to your daughter calls me daddy too. Now, another thing that makes people go, holy crap, I have to roll on this dude because he will literally change your life, is that eventually the meta is going to shift from the single target to more of an AoE meta on challenge quests. The introduction of break bars kind of hurt the single target meta as well, meaning that with the strengthening quest amping up his noble phantasm even more, the introduction of Scotty taking him to absolute ludicrous levels of power, this dude went from a bit of a sleeper to an absolute keeper. Now, why should you sell a few gallons of blood and roll on this dangerous Danganronpa devil? Well, that's because he's not going to actually be back for about another year and a half, and in that time you are going to be seeing other people bragging about their Dantes and how good he is and how they're just clearing everything super easy, and you're going to get super sad because you are going to roll for him during the GSSR and you're literally going to get pretty much anybody besides him. You're probably going to get Vlad. Vlad's not even on that banner, I don't think, but you're going to get Vlad anyways. So do I think that you should roll on him when he comes back around this time? I absolutely do. I know people are waiting for MHXA, Proto Arthur, other things around that way, but I definitely think that you should take some time, invest a little bit in Dantes, because he is definitely going to get a lot better. Like I said, he is pretty good now. After using him for the last year or so, I can definitely attest to the fact that he definitely sat down at the table, definitely changed my mind. So I give Dantes a huge thumbs up, but I would like to take this time to thank all of the Patreons who help make this channel possible. You guys are the real keepers. If you would like to join them, there is a link down in the description below. Go ahead, sign up for whatever tier you are comfortable with. But if you would like to help out the channel, just hit that subscribe button, smash that bell notification, drop me a like and a comment, and I will see you guys next time. Take it easy, masters. Peace.